and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Back today with some big news indeed, after Luis Suarez leaves the club for Atlético Madrid, and as a result of that, Lionel Messi and former Barcelona players have spoken out against the current board. It's all coming up in today's video. Let's get to it. But if we start first of all with a few confirmations with regard to squad numbers and players being part of the first team squad for the coming season. Of course, a few days ago now, Ansu Fati was confirmed as a first team player, occupying there the number 22 shirt for the season to come. Also confirmed now as a member of the first team is none other than Pedri, which I think is fantastic news indeed after what he showed in pre-season. I didn't want him to go out on loan, and he is going to be occupying there the number 16 shirt for the Barcelona first team in the season to come. Then there's Felipe Coutinho, who generously, of course, offered his number 7 shirt to Griezmann. He knew that he wanted it. He knew that was the shirt that he was really desiring. So Coutinho gave up that number 7, and as a result, he will now go back to his former shirt at the club, the number 14, the number that he occupied there when he first signed for Liverpool. And I think he had some good moments in that shirt. He's going to wear that for the season to come. La Liga have also confirmed that Francisco Trincao will wear there the number 17 shirt this season, and Carlos Alenya is part of the first team. He has been given a squad number 2, the number 6 shirt for the coming season. Although one player who is not registered as a first team player, it is sadly Riqui Puig. He will remain registered to the Barcelona B team, despite the fact that just weeks ago Bartomeu publicly confirmed that Riqui Puig would be promoted, and that would definitely happen. Not like him to go back on his word, is it? There is hope, though, that Riqui Puig can play a significant role in the first team throughout the season. Of course, last season at the very end of the campaign, he was registered a B-team player, but he did play a big part in the first team, so there is still hope that he can be part of the training sessions, that he can be in the matchday squads, and of course that he can get some minutes that we all want to see him get under Ronald Koeman, because it's exactly the same situation that Ronald Araujo is in, because he's also been registered there for the time being as a Barcelona B player, but undoubtedly we are going to need him over the course of the season. He is going to play minutes, and I just hope there that Araujo and Riqui Puig still can be important players for us. Another young player, though, whose future does remain uncertain, it is of course Jean-Claire Todibo, who's actually listed as a member of the Barcelona first team, but he's yet to be allocated a squad number in a much similar way to what's happening with Rafinha, which suggests right now the club are still looking for an exit route for him in the final days of the transfer window. There have been quite a few murmurs recently about Everton being interested there in Todibo. Apparently, there may be a loan offer being submitted from Everton for a season-long loan with an 18 million option to buy at the end of it. But right throughout the transfer window, Barcelona have held very firm. They want to hold out there for close to 25 million euros for Todibo. But at this stage, for me, looking at it right now at centre-back, if we don't end up bringing in Man City's Eric Garcia, which right now, it's looking tough. Man City are being very firm on the fact they're not going to let him go for less than 20 million euros at the very minimum, which was somebody there who's available for free next summer. It seems a big amount to pay just to get him in for the coming season. So for me, I just don't understand here why we aren't at least considering keeping Todibo around. You've got Umtiti, whose physical condition is far from stable. You can't depend on him over the course of a season. You've got Piqué, who's aging, of course. He can't play every game, and that leaves you there with only Longley, Ronald Araujo. And I just think in Todibo there, you've got some extra cover, you've got some extra talent. Why not use it? There's no reason there to loan him out with an option to buy, anything like that. Let's keep him here, and let's use what we have. We do, of course, though, move on to the Luis Suarez situation, who was emotional yesterday in his farewell at the Camp Nou, and he did seem frustrated with the way that all of this happened, and of course Bartomeu very much at the centre of that, forcing out a legend of our club in the worst possible way. Now, Suarez today was pictured for the very first time as an Atlético Madrid player, and I don't know about you, but that is so strange to me. That is such a weird picture there, to see Suarez in Atlético Madrid gear, to see him at a different club, it doesn't feel right. And really, it doesn't feel real. It really is a strange situation right now, and it's going to be fascinating to see how he performs at Atletico Madrid. And of course, not only now his former teammate, but also his very good friend, Lionel Messi. He posted there a very emotional farewell message on Instagram, wishing Suarez all the very best, saying there how much he was going to miss him, and how he couldn't believe, really, that he was going into the locker room there, going out on the field without Suarez at his side. But it was actually there, the final part of that message from Lionel Messi, that's really stood out and really gained some headlines. Because Messi said the following words. He said, "You didn't deserve to be fired in the way that you were, one of the most important players in the club's history, and to be just kicked out in the way you were. But the truth is that at this point, nothing surprises me." And that there from Messi, that was a powerful message. Because, of course, a few weeks ago, Messi, forced to stay against his will, after all of that happened, he spoke very publicly about the board, he spoke very honestly about what's been going on, and we were all so happy that Messi was doing that there in the public eye. But we didn't really know whether he was going to continue that. We didn't know now that because he was forced to stay, he's obviously committed to Barcelona. We didn't know whether now he was going to be quiet on the side of the board, but clearly he's not backing down, and that is great to see here. Messi speaking out about the way that Suarez is treated, which I think we can all agree, even if you wanted Suarez to go, it was still wrong in the way that all of this took shape. And the best thing about this is, Messi's not alone, because under that post there, many former Barcelona players have been getting involved in the comments. Great to see again. Neymar was one of the first there to respond. He commented there by saying, incredible how they do things. He, of course, has personal experience of just how bad Bartomeu's management can be. Dani Alves as well, with a brilliant message. He said, unfortunately, that is the reality for a long time. He, of course, really didn't get along with the board, which actually meant him leaving the club, which we're still suffering from. Alves continued by saying, it's confirmed year after year, it's not about winning or losing, it's about respect. And they don't know anything about that. And Samuel Eto'o and Fabregas too getting involved there, agreeing with Messi's message. And I just think it's great to see here the fact that now there's no hiding place. We've all known, like Alves has said really, year after year after year, the incompetence of this board, the lack of respect, the lack of dignity. We've all been seeing this from Bartomeu's regime now for several seasons. But now it's all out in the open. Now there's no hiding place. And of course the motion of no confidence is still going on. And let me just give you an update on how that stands. Because as we know, over 20,000 signatures there were actually submitted to the club. Now what the club have to do, they have 10 business days after those signatures were delivered there to start validating them to make sure that everything is above board. Now the club will reportedly begin validating them on September the 29th, which means that by October the 9th, we should know where we are. We should know A, whether there is going to be a referendum, whether we have successfully reached that second and final stage of the process, and number two, if there is going to be a referendum, we'll know when it's going to take place and when we could get this board out of power. As soon as it can possibly happen, we are fighting for that every day. It keeps us going, and it has to happen. So that right there, guys, is the latest on Barcelona right now. Coming up tomorrow, of course, we are going to be building up to Barca's first game of the new season at home to Villarreal. It's not going to be easy. Let me know your thoughts on everything we have discussed in today's video down below. I will catch you soon with plenty more to come. Thanks for your support. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.